So, hi everyone. I'm Sangeeta, and I'm doing this session from Diaspo. So, it's to celebrate the Asian Heritage Month. This is the month, and today I am here with you to prepare coconut laddu. So, what is coconut laddu? Definitely, I'll go through that thing. What is coconut laddu? What is about everything. So before that, the story, because I am born and brought up, although I'm Bengali, I'm born and brought up in Assam, northeast part of India. And every household they have that coconut tree, because always there is a story behind that any dish you can see. So this is the coconut laddu. Basically, any event or any festival or any guest is coming is very common. People used to make. So I learned this coconut laddu from my mom only, because if you see earlier times, there is not lots of shops. People don't have that tendency to go buy and greet your guest at home by that sweet or anything which you are offering them with tea or anything. So it's easy, because every household they have the coconut tree. They used to get the coconut from fresh coconut from the tree, and they used to make that laddu. So that is basically coconut laddu. So today's recipe, what I'm going to prepare for coconut laddu, we need only very few ingredients. You need coconut, fresh coconut. If it's possible you can, because in UK also lots of Asian shops and Sri Lankan shops they sell fresh coconut. You can you can buy and you can grate it, get the great coconut. But if you don't have that thing, you can always buy in Tesco, Asda, or any Asian shop. You can get that great coconut frozen form. So you can buy it, you can keep it in the fridge. Whenever you need, you can take it out and make that coconut laddu. So as I mentioned, only with four ingredients you can make this coconut laddu. One is the main ingredients is the coconut, because it's a coconut laddu. So you need, we call it in Bengali narkoler naru. Narkol means coconut, naru means that ball, that laddu you are making, that we call laddu basically. So this is the narkol and naru I am going to make. So this is the main key ingredients is the coconut. Now gone, we have coconut. Now what is the next coconut? This looks like that. If you can see, this is totally like a fresh coconut only. There's no difference than that fresh coconut. So it's easy to handle, easy to use, and easy to get on from the shop. Because if you buy a fresh coconut, it's a lots of work behind that you do to get the fresh coconut. Now next ingredients, we need sugar to make that thing. Because when you I'll cook coconut, to make the laddu you need something to bind it together, and laddu means it's a sweet dish. Definitely you need sugar. So without sugar you can't make a laddu, means sweet thing. So here I'm using the sugar, which will give you the sweet texture, sweet taste, as well as the binding as well. So both the things it will work together. Another thing I'm going to use, which we call evaporate milk or condensed milk. It comes in the can basically, which I'm going to add here. I took 200 gram of coconut, grated coconut, 100 gram of sugar, 50 gram of condensed milk. Now, what is this condensed milk function here basically? This is, again, it adds little bit sweetness. That's the reason I used only half sugar. So here you can calculate, if you would like to remove this condensed milk, you have to increase that sugar portion. That is the thing. So here condensed milk is adding that sweetness little bit. It's adding the binding as well, and it's give the little bit creamy texture when you make that coconut laddu. So these are the three main ingredients I'm adding here to make the coconut laddu. Last thing I'm going to show you, green cardamom. So I took here 3 green cardamom. I took 3 green cardamom here, and which I'll crush and put it there because of the, to get the flavor. So is this cardamom seeds, I'll crush and put it there. It adds that aroma in this coconut laddu, which is very nice. Now let me start preparing this thing. While preparing, I'll just share a few things on top of this. And always remember, when you make, if you have, then use that non-stick pan. Because if you're not too expert, if you can't manage the heat, it burns. And with the burnt coconut, you can't make the laddu. The color gets changed, the taste gets changed. So better if you have the non-stick pan or non-stick karai, is better to use that thing to prepare this coconut laddu. So, and always remember, I will not prepare it in high heat. Mostly I'll cook it in the medium heat. At the end, I'll take it in the low heat. So I'll put in the medium heat. If you can see, it's not that too high. So I put in the medium heat. Here I took the non-stick pan and I took one spatula to mix this mixture. So why you don't have to heat your pan while preparing this thing, because I don't want my coconut changes the color or it gets burned. So straight away you can put this coconut here in that your non-stick pan. Now sometimes people think this coconut tree only grows in the coastal area. It's not like that, because as I mentioned, I'm from northeast part of India. Assam is very green basically, and every household they have coconut tree. Basically it needs the high temperature above 23 degrees centigrade. So if you ever yes, evaporated milk or sweetened condensed milk, anything you can use. Yes, anything you can use. Mm, okay. So every household, that's the reason, because it needs the temperature, and Assam already it reaches above 25 30. So every household they have that coconut tree. So which is very easily available to get fresh from the coconut plant. So I put my, now I'll put the temperature in the medium heat, because I'm going to add sugar. The sugar needs to melt there to mix with the coconut, which will give me the binding. So here again I'm repeating, I took 200 gram of fresh coconut, grated one, and I'm pouring 100 gram of sugar. But again, if you are not using condensed milk, please increase your sugar another 50 grams, so make it 150 to get the texture. Otherwise, you can't get the binding, the ball, you can't make the ball, the laddu, it will break. So that's the thing. So now I'll crush this green cardamom and I'll add it here. If anyone doesn't like this green cardamom flavor, it's not mandatory, it's optional. Avoid this thing, don't add it there. So I just crushed it and I'll pour it here. Now I'll mix it, because the sugar is at the top. So when you mix it, the sugar will be evenly distributed with coconut. Now in our area in Assam, as I mentioned, every household has the coconut tree. When you, if you have seen the green whole coconut, we use every part of that basically, because when you take out the whole coconut from the tree, the outside shell, the husk, generally people, you can see nowadays people are, we like, I love gardening, I buy from the market coco peat. Coco peat basically comes from that coconut husk, the outer layer. So you, that is also goes for the commercial thing in the market, and you can use. But earlier time when you grew, you don't have the coco peat or anything, just used to chop and mix with the soil to make your soil. If you do the gardening, you know, for the soil holding the moisture, you need coco peat to make prepare your soil. So that outer layer, again, when you break the coconut, you take out the inside part, that white part, but the shell, that shell also in our part, even I saw in Bangkok also, Thailand, lots, we make lots of decorative items with that, hanging showpiece, statue, then light, lots flower vase, lots of things you can make out of this shell. So every part of coconut you can use if you just are interested to that, do that thing. But in UK, I saw that fresh coconut you can get, but the husk part is not there when you get in the shop. Only you can use the shell part. So because sometimes I keep the shell, I grow that herbs there, like a coriander. If you want to grow coriander or methi, fenugreek, you can grow that thing in your windowsill, or basil, you can do that thing. As a pot, you can use that. Now, only this laddu, like as I said, when we grew up, we don't have that luxury to get different types of sweets in the market, and that culture was not there too much to buy from the market and eat. Same laddu you can do in a two different way. What I'm making it today, it looks like white color. You'll see at the end. But if you just give it a twist, you get bored eating the same white color laddu on and off. You can change it. How? Don't add sugar that time. Add jaggery. We call it gur. You can get jaggery also in the shop. That palm jaggery or sometimes sugar cane jaggery, you can get it. If you put that jaggery, the color changes. It looks like a brown color. So in the same plate, you can make two different colors of coconut laddu. One is white, one is brown color. Only changing that ingredients, adding that jaggery, you can make it brown color. I'm showing you something different again to you. This thing is very common in Bengali cuisine, in our culture basically. The same thing, what mixture I'm making it today, you can make it, we call it shandesh. What is shandesh? Basically same mixture I'll put in this mold. This is made of clay. They make it with the clay and they burnt it. Definitely I bought it from India only. So I have different molds. And it what happens? Food should not get bored. It should be very appealing. And it should look nice when you present to someone. So we have different shapes of mold. Same mixture, if I put it there, and when you take it out, you get that nice shape of this thing. So I'll try to do different shapes today to show you how we used to prepare. Till today I make it here. So don't forget, keep it mixing because sugar needs to melt. It started melting now. So I will use my condensed milk now. And it's a bit sticky, so that helps in the binding basically. Another alternative I'm telling for the texture, if you don't have condensed milk or anything, you can use milk powder as well. But milk powder will not give that much sweetness. That time you have to increase little bit sugar portion. So lots of variations are there depending on the ingredients you are going to use. You can see that. So I mix this evaporated condensed milk now. And once everything comes together, I'll show you the texture, how it looks basically. So I'm preparing, till now it is in the low heat because I want to maintain that whitish color so that color doesn't get ruined. So I'm preparing, definitely it will take a little bit more time when you cook in the low heat. But if you want to keep the color, then definitely you have to have. So now this we call shandesh, as I showed you. Another thing, if you, because it's a luxury to get this mold here in UK, you can't get it here. As I mentioned, I bought it from India. Another thing, if you like to do with your kids, you take one flat plate, little bit height should be there, put little bit butter or any type of spread on the plate, pour this mixture on the plate. Then these cutters are very available in the market, most of the house. If you have kids and you want to cook with your kids, make fun, and you can use this because gingerbread man, star, or the Christmas tree is fun because it's summer holiday and it's fun. You can engage your kids and to in cooking, and that time spread it on the plate and use this cutter. Use this cutter, take out the shape, put it in the fridge for half an hour to 1 hour, make it a little bit hard, then it's served to your kids. They will enjoy, they will love that you can make gingerbread man with coconut sweet type, different thing. So yeah, summer holiday, good idea. Parents, I know it's too hectic to keep them engaged all the time. So you can do this cooking thing with kids at home. And we call, when you spread it on the plate and we cut it and make the piece, In Bengali, we call it borfi as well. So shandesh or borfi, you can give that size or pattern, whatever you like. You can make it on your own choice. And one thing I'd like to share, this shandesh. Laddu, we make it most of the time is very common. Any festival, any guest is coming, or any occasion, we make it. But this shandesh is very popular in our wedding time. So in wedding time, when we send the sweets to groom's house or groom's house, they send it to bride's side. They make a big shandesh. Like I have medium size one. I'm showing you. This is a butterfly. So when I make this thing, so when I take out this mold from that mixture, it will be totally a butterfly. So it looks so nice. So like this big shandesh goes to each other's house during the wedding time. So this culture we have in our Bengali community. So lots of different shapes, size. If you like to, nowadays people add the color as well to looks nice, because if you're making a butterfly, you can add some colors in the wings and it looks really nice. And this shandesh we make with coconut, as well as if you boil milk for a long time and add little bit milk powder, we call it kheer or mawa. With that also we make the shandesh. So lots of variations are there, because it's in our culture, this shandesh thing or this coconut laddu, whatever it says. So we make in a different ways. So I can show you a little bit. It started coming in one place now, and once it comes together, I will show you again. And another thing, when we make in the mold, directly if I put this coconut mixture here, it will get stuck there and it will break when I'll try to bring it out. So what we basically do, there is one technique. We put on the gas, it little bit, it warm it up, put little bit butter or any spread, and then we put that mixture. So what happens is easily comes out from the mold. So you'll not break, you'll not be upset, you'll be happy, and you can present, serve to your loved one. So that looks nice. Now, as I mentioned, that coconut is very common in our Assam, every household. We don't use coconut only for this sweet dish, laddu. We do varieties of sweet dish with this coconut mixture. Even using the banana leaves also, we make that pancake, different type of pancakes or plain pancake also we make with this mixture, stuffing with that. We use coconut to make that your fish curry, which is very popular in Bengali cuisine. We call it chingri macher malai curry, means you cook prawn with this coconut. So it goes in lots of variety way you can use this coconut. Then we use for chutney, different chutney you can use. Then we use in the dal as well. Dal means lentil. When you cook lentil, different type of lentil, you use coconut as well. So this coconut we use in every occasion, every cuisine, not cuisine, every dishes you can say. So different way we use. And any auspicious occasion, definitely coconut should be there. So that's the culture. So sugar started melting and it started coming together. So soon it will come out. So I'll show you laddu, as well as I will make one shandesh today to show you how it looks basically. So it's easy to make. It doesn't take long time, and you don't need more than that. You don't need enough ingredients. That's the reason earlier time it was very common in our culture, because every household they have coconut. As I said, every household they grow coconut tree. Then if sugar is very common in every house, and earlier time jaggery is also very common in every household. And green cardamom is also very common thing in the household. And what else? Evaporated milk. But that time, if you boil milk for a long time, because when my mom used to prepare, evaporated milk was not in the market. So that time they used to boil milk for a longer time, and that is they used to mix it here. So different variation, and that's the reason it's very common thing to prepare. So almost very nice fragrance came out because of the green cardamom, and almost is coming together. So it will take a little bit more time. By that time, let me prepare. I'll take one small mold only today to prepare this sandesh. And yeah, while handling, I have to be very careful because, as I mentioned, it's made of clay. If it falls from my hand, it will break. So yeah, needs to be very careful while using handling this clay, that mold. We call it chach basically. Chach means the mold, the shape basically. How will understand your that mixture is ready or not? First thing, it should come in one place. Second thing, I'll show you, when you take your hand, it should be sticky. It's binding it together. So that means that your sugar is melted properly, evaporated milk mixed with the coconut, and binding is right condition so that we can make laddu. So I'll check in a minute if that mixture is ready or not. And while preparing this laddu, check the karai, clean it properly, because like our Asian cooking, we use lots of turmeric in our cooking. So if you don't clean it properly, sometimes I boil some water in the karai. It takes out your color from the container. Otherwise, that turmeric color comes and mixes with this coconut laddu. It changes the color because we are looking for that whitish color. So that's another thing. If the same karai you're using for your cooking, so make sure before making this laddu, you can just boil some water with your washing liquid, dishwashing liquid, and so that it will remove the color. So because it is hot, don't directly touch with your hand to check. Take in a spoon, but this spoon already evaporated milk is there. I'll take another spoon. Now I'll show you that what did I mean about this sticking part. So this is the mixture. Now I'm taking it in my hand. If the sticky thing comes here, that means your mixture is ready. But it's still now it's not 100% ready. It will take a little bit more time. But I didn't increase my heat. Till now I'm cooking it in the low heat only. So same mixture as I mentioned, you can use this coconut laddu, or you can spread it on the plate and cut it in a square or rectangular shape, make the burfi. Or if you want to engage your kids, make cooking with your kids, make fun of it, you can use any type of mold and cutter, and you can give the shape of this coconut mixture. So you can use in a different way. Just the mixture is same, only that shape is different. So it's, I think, almost done. Now while making laddu, grease your hand with little bit of butter, or if you have ghee at home. Basically we use little bit ghee on our hand. Although this coconut is leaving that little bit oil from here, it releases the oil, because we all know coconut has their own natural oil, because in the market you can see cooking oil also people are using nowadays for cooking, coconut oil. Or in our time still now is in the market, people uses coconut oil for hair as well. So already it has in this texture, we have oil there, but all this should not stick on our hand, because if it sticks, if it's not enough oil, grease is there, it breaks sometimes. And so I'll grease my hand, then I'll make the laddu. So now is done. Let me check once more if that mixture is ready or not. Little bit more I need. So after, once it's ready, I'll leave it for 2 to 3 minutes, because don't take this hot mixture on your hand, it can burn your hand. So little bit let it cool down, then take it on our hand. So you should be safe fast. Only thing, it takes little bit time, because as I mentioned, we cook in the low heat, takes time to bring the mixture in the right condition so that we can make the laddu. So we need time and patience. That's the most important thing here. 1 minute. So let me repeat it once more. Here I used coconut, fresh coconut, not fresh coconut, grated coconut, the packet one, 200 gram of grated coconut, 100 gram of sugar, 50 gram of condensed milk or evaporated milk, and 3 to 4 green cardamom. These are the 4 ingredients only I used to make this coconut laddu. So if you want to make it at home, you can note it down. These 4 ingredients only, you can make this thing. So I'll switch off the gas now. And because my gas burner is hot enough, I'll put this, because I would like to my coconut mixture, let it cool down a little bit. I don't want to take directly on my hand now. By that time, I'll make my mold ready. As I mentioned, if I put directly here, it will break. So I'll put on the gas to heat it up. I know you'll not get this thing, just to show you as our culture, as is a Asian Heritage Month. In our culture, we make shandesh using the mold. That's the reason I'm showing you. It looks so nice. So I'm putting, because gas is hot, I'm putting it the mold here. Let it heat up little bit. Then I'll use little bit of butter there, and then I'll use the mold. And by the time, I can just mix that coconut mixture to cool, so it can cool down quickly. So it's cooling down. It's almost cooling down. Now let me see the mold. Yeah, mold is also hot. I'll put little bit of because it's hot, it will spread it very nicely now. So I'll just keep it ready. And traditionally, when we used to make earlier time, after making the laddu or shandesh, we keep it basically on the banana leaf. So let me start preparing this laddu now, because the mixture is almost a little bit cooled down. I can handle it now. So I'll put little bit of ghee on my hand, spread it, so I grease my hand properly. So it will help me to, till now this is a bit hot. Let it cool down for a little bit more. But I can take 1 spoon, I can put the mixture in this mold. So by the time I'm finished making laddu, I can show you that how it looks basically. So after putting on the mold, I have to press it so that it takes the shape. So I'll press it with my palm, so that it doesn't take time. I'll show you. I don't sure in the camera how clear it is, but yeah, I took the shape of this mold. So I'll leave it for a minute, let it cool down here, and let me prepare the laddu. So it depends on how big laddu you want. Yes, it's a bit cool down now, I can manage. So depends on your choice, you can make it. Just take a little bit, one or two tablespoon of mixture on your hand and just roll it and press little bit so that it takes the shape, or otherwise you can just roll it like this also on your hand. So you can see it looks like that, it takes like this shape. This is that green cardamom skin. If you want, you can throw it. So like this. It's hot till now. Let it mix it again so that it releases some heat. Basically, it is most of the time it cooks, prepares every 3 days, because Bengalis, they can't finish their food, lunch or dinner without any sweet. So these you can store also. Once it's dry enough, you can store it and put in the container for 7 to 10 days also. Better if you can put in the fridge, and that's the way you can store. Any guest comes, you can give it to them. So easy to make. As I said, just put little bit, grease your hand little bit, then it will easily come out. And although that coconut is having their own oil, is already releasing the oil from there. So once you make it, you can see that hand it becomes a bit greasy. So yeah, that's the thing. We make it, we store it, and anytime guest comes, easy to give them that time, offer them this thing as a shandesh or laddu, or we call it narkolen naru, whatever form. You can make it big or small size. So with this 100, what I took 200-gram coconut one, you can get approximately 12 to 14 coconut in this normal standard size coconut laddu you can make. But yeah, if you make a big size, then it definitely will be less. If you make a small size, it will become more. But standard normal size laddu, if you make, you can get 10 to 12 laddu, maximum 14, not more than that. So you can increase the quantity as per your requirement. If you are making a big volume, just increase everything, coconut to sugar, that proportion, and you'll get the same taste of laddu or texture. It will not change anything. So let me see how many is coming. Already I made 7. I think 7 more I can make. And I made one. These as well, shandesh as well. So very simple, very easy recipe. And olden time, when, as I said, no, you can store it in the container. Puffed rice. People used to eat in the take a bowl of puffed rice. On top of that, they used to use this coconut laddu, and they used to enjoy that thing. So lots of traditional old style food is there. So it depends on your taste, depends on what is available in your area, what you can get it. So yeah, you can enjoy, because I'm just sharing, because if you're making it, how you can eat it plain. If you want to try with a puffed rice, bowl of puffed rice with coconut laddu, you can. or at the end of your lunch or dinner. As I mentioned, we Bengalis can't finish our food, lunch or dinner without sweet. So we need some type of sweet there, and this is handy, easy to prepare, less hassle. So you can prepare, you can keep it, and you can enjoy at end of your lunch or dinner. So almost done, only one left now. I'll show you my plate. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, 14. I prepared 14 coconut laddu. Last one is bit tiny. And one sandesh. So yeah, this is the sandesh. I'm showing you the plate now. This looks like this coconut laddu, you can see. And this is the sandesh what I made here. So that's all about coconut laddu or narkoler naru we prepare. So this is the specialty about Asian Heritage Month from Diaspo. So with that, I'm finishing this session here. Hope all you enjoyed and you'll prepare soon. Try this coconut laddu to make it. And you're most welcome, Beka. Hope you enjoyed and hope you'll make soon this thing. And if possible, let us know how did you share in the diaspora, how did you find this coconut laddu. So thank you everyone. Bye.